A new era of Avalanche hockey has begun. Cale Makar has arrived. And for the NHL, there's no going back. For the Avs, the time to wait is over. The time for patience is over. The future is now. Avs win over the Calgary Flames 6-2 to take a 2-1 series lead. If Game 2 was pure hockey, Game 3 was pure domination. The Avs just smoked the Flames in nearly every single category in this game. And that includes good vibes. The Pepsi Center was absolutely banging all game long. Pre-game, the crowd goes nuts. Puck drop, the crowd goes nuts. Cale Makar's first shift, the crowd goes nuts. They just weren't stopping. You could feel the good vibes, and the Avs needed them. They ended up taking a penalty fairly early in the first, but the best Calgary could muster was ringing the posts, and the Avs keep it 0-0. And that little bit of luck was all the Avs needed to put the pedal all the way to the floor. Makar's next shift, he makes a nice breakout pass to MacKinnon. MacKinnon turns on the warp drive, flies past everybody, and draws not one, but two penalties in the same play. He gets hooked, and he gets Calgary to put 6 men on the ice. So that is a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3, and there's nothing like that to get the power play monkey off your back. The Avs have been forced to the perimeter somewhat on this 5-on-3, but here's the difference. When you get the puck to MacKinnon, look at what he does here. He walks in as far as he can before pulling this trigger. Now this initial shot does get saved, but the Avs recover, reset, and do the exact same thing again. Instead of Barry sitting here and taking this shot from much further out than is necessary, he finds MacKinnon once again. MacKinnon walks in once again, even further this time. All the while, you see Landeskog just chilling right in front of Mike Smith. And MacKinnon, when he gets in close, the dude is unbelievably accurate. As he winds up on this shot, there's actually nowhere to shoot this puck. Mike Smith is completely in position. But MacKinnon, he has X-ray vision. He knows exactly where this crossbar is. And Mike Smith's going to go down into the butterfly, and that puck is entering the net. This whole team found another gear tonight, but MacKinnon was driving that train. And when MacKinnon gets hot like this, all the other team can do is watch and cry. By the way, that other guy from Cole Harbor has 0 points in these playoffs right now. The future is now. So the Avs just lay the beat down to the Flames for the rest of the first. They outshoot them 21-8 in the period. I mean, that's insanity. And that, of course, leads to the Flames taking another penalty. With the monkey off their back, all of a sudden the power play looks good, and they cut through that Calgary PK like a fat man cuts through cake. This goal should be sent to the Louvre and framed. Landy recovers a rebound in the corner and goes for a skate, moving his feet, meaning the Flames have to move theirs and get discombobulated. After he gets up high, he's going to hit Rantanen, who is locked and loaded on the far side. But Rantanen, he's thinking pass all the way here. He can already see the lane opening up, as just off screen over here is Nathan MacKinnon. He hits that lane, and MacKinnon, with a perfect one-touch pass, who doesn't wait around and one-times it into the back of the net. I mean, if you're still wearing pants after that goal, I don't know what to tell you. At that point, the Avs are 2-for-3 on the power play, and that is just insanely huge. I don't think the Flames can beat the Avs if they're scoring on the PP. They end up 2-for-8 in the game, which is plenty good, and it was only that bad because of the silliness in the third period, which we'll get to. So the Avs are up 2-0 in the first, and they aren't done yet. Look, I love Cale Makar. I knew he was going to be good in the NHL, but I didn't realize how good he was going to be immediately. Spoilers, it's really, really, really good. First of all, credit Landeskog and Barry for winning a puck battle down in their own zone here, and as they win the battle, they're going to move it up to Kerfoot. But what I want you to watch here is, this is Nathan MacKinnon right here in the circle, and this is Cale Makar right in front of his own net. Kerfoot is going to hit MacKinnon with a pass, and it's off to the races. We all know how fast Nathan MacKinnon is, but look at Cale Makar keep up with him all the way down the ice here. Not only this, by the time MacKinnon hits the blue line, Makar is engaged, talking to MacKinnon, letting him know where he is, and that he's an option for a drop pass. Once they get fully into the zone, that's exactly what they do. Not the greatest drop pass from MacKinnon. I think he thought Makar was a little bit further out wide than he actually was, but Makar skates right into it, collects it, and gets deep. Look at how far MacKinnon and Makar's speed has backed off the defense here. Makar has days of room, and he also has a number of options. He could go back to Kerfoot, he could go to MacKinnon, he could find Landeskog on the back door on the near side, or he could skate it himself, make a nice little move, pull the shot, and fire it through the 5-hole. Okay, let's watch it one more time.
Up the boards it comes for Kerfoot. Now it's MacKinnon. Racing through center ice, Makar trailing. He's got it. Makar is in. Shoots, and he scores! Kyle Makar!
The Pepsi Center that doesn't even need a reason to cheer for this one just absolutely explodes, and we are going. Look, Makar is not going to score every single game. That would be insanity. But he's so good. After he scores a goal in his first NHL period of play in the playoffs, no less, on his next shift, he goes out, blocks 2 shots, and clears a puck from the slot like he's been doing it for 10 years. Get used to this, Avs fans. He's going to be here for a while. So the Avs are up 3-0 off of a 3-point period from MacKinnon and a goal from Cale Makar. Yeah, that's not too bad. Things don't get better for Calgary in the second period either. The ice is tilted steeper than I-70 in the mountains. Avs once again just destroy them on possession, outshooting them at 19-12. There are very, very few negative things I have to say about this game, but one of them that I have to mention is the silly penalties. The Avs took 3 of them in the second period. Tonight, it didn't matter, and that's great. But in a closer game, those will. The Avs' solution to this, however, is they just put Matt Nieto out on the PK, and for some reason this switches the poles, and it's the Avs taking advantage. So this is kind of a weird situation. The Flames are on a 4-on-2, because Ian Cole has just had a breakaway on this PK, and he missed the net entirely on his shot. So the Flames have big numbers here, coming in with Nieto and Johnson back, and Gaudreau just throws this puck away. He drop passes it to no one, and because Ian Cole was on a breakaway, he's extremely far out of this play and trying to get back. So he's up at the top of this zone, and this puck comes right to him. And it's another breakaway for him. This time, he at least manages to get the puck on net. It is easily saved, but it comes over to the side, where Matt Nieto is the second man to it. Mike Smith is extremely slow in getting back across after giving up the big rebound, and Nieto just slaps this one up over him. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. Ian Cole can't score on 2 breakaways, and now Matt Nieto, who before the playoffs' last goal was on December 6th, has 2 shorthanded goals in this series. Oh, this is just fun. It's just fun. I miss this. And honestly, I think this goal ends up being huge, too, because Calgary does end up scoring on this power play about 40 seconds later. The Avs are in trouble here. Bourque has lost his stick, and the Flames do a good job to take advantage of that, working the puck all the way around the Avs zone here. They eventually get it to Rasmus Andersson on the near side up high, and you can see Bourque is kind of caught. Without a stick, he doesn't want to be the man challenging Andersson, but Soderberg is just too far away to really challenge. So this leaves Andersson a ton of room here, while Zadorov and Nemeth sit back. Andersson does a great job to step into this room. Zadorov maybe a little bit slow on stepping up here. I know he's in a tough spot, but you kind of got to take the shooter eventually. And Nemeth gets caught to the outside, just gets cleanly outpositioned here. As the puck comes in, Bennett tips it and puts it right past Grube. Look, if Sam Bennett has to score a point in every single game against the Avs, that's a good time to give him one. Because of Nieto's shorty, the Avs are still up by 3, and honestly, that goal didn't faze me much, and it certainly didn't seem to faze the Avs at all. They just keep pressing. At that point, Sam Bennett has 1 goal and 3 assists in this series, and Mikko Rantanen is sitting there with just 3 assists. And, well, that's simply just not right. That needs to be rectified. Rantanen quickly realizes he's better than that scrub and puts one in the back of the net. This play starts and ends with Rantanen. He collects a puck behind his own net under pressure and sends it up the boards. Does probably get a little bit lucky here that it squeaks through for Colin Wilson to take up the ice, and Rantanen has already jumped back up into this play as the third forward in. Wilson gains the blue line and does a great job being patient, waiting just for the right moment here to get this puck around the defender's stick and up to Rantanen at the high slots. Rantanen, he saw what MacKinnon did. He's going to one-time this baby right past Smith. Avs are up 5-1, just crushing the Flames. The latter parts of the second end up being a bit of a minor penalty fest, with both teams taking them back and forth, so it ends up being a 4-on-3 for Calgary to start the third. The Avs manage to kill off the 4-on-3, get a break the other way. Matt Nieto hits a post for the fourth post of the playoffs for the Avs, and then EJ shows up and decides 5-1 just isn't enough. So here's Nieto hitting a post on a rush with EJ and Cole up the ice, which is a little strange. Nieto rings this off the post, but it's a good job by Cole to circle back and collect this puck. Recognize EJ is coming around to the front of the net here and just throw a pass out to an area. EJ does a perfect job to just one-touch tip this one right through Smith. 6-1 Avs with 19 minutes to play, and this game is just toast. The Avs do end up giving up a second goal to Calgary shortly after this one, which I'll show just because I'm weird and feel like I have to show every goal. Sam Bennett walks in here. Some nice D by Zadorov to take him off this puck. The puck still gets in onto the net, though, and then MacKinnon has the puck right here, has a chance to clear it. Had an absolutely fantastic game, but even he's not perfect. He botches this one and just slowly floats it right up the slot to Noah Hanifin. Hanifin is going to make a great shot pass here. He fires one right to Brody, who has his stick down and ready. A nice tip play goes right through Grubauer. Meh. At that point, it didn't really matter. Obviously not a great play for the Avs, but when you're up 6-1, you don't really care. And the Avs didn't even quit on this game either. They kept the pedal down even when it was 6-2, and they ended up outshooting Calgary 16-9 in the third. After that, the game got super messy. Calgary started running around after whistles again and doing their dirty things that they do. Sam Bennett got thrown out of the game for punching Matt Calvert well after a whistle. Tkachuk got thrown out of a game for just straight up wrestling Landeskog, and then Zadorov got thrown out of the game for putting a sleeper hold on Hathaway as well. It got right up to the edge, but I got to give the refs a little credit here. It's a good job by them to just throw dudes out of a game that was over and stop anything silly from happening. Ultimately, 6-2 ends up being your final with the Avs in complete control, and this was probably the best game the Avs have played in years. Certainly the best playoff game they've had. Not only did the Avs look amazing, but they have the lead in a playoff series for the first time since 2014. Now, we all know how that series ended, so one game at a time here. Still a long way to go to win this series, but still, they look good. I don't know what the rest of this playoff run still holds, but win or lose, regardless of what happens, next year is going to be absolutely awesome. Cale Makar, Nathan MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and almost certainly more than that, whether it be Martin Kaut or a free agent. This team is set up so well. This playoff run we're in right now, this is just the first taste. That is the end of this playoff game video review. Thank you for watching, and as always, a special thank you to all of my contributors on both PayPal and Patreon. I appreciate all of you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed Makar's play in this game as much as I did. I'm Rudo3, and Makar can't even drink in the States yet.
Avalanche time, come on, grab your friends. We're going to the playoffs again with Nate the dog and Gabe the babe. The fun isn't over yet, it is Avalanche time.